Hello, parents, guardians, and supporters of our BCC students. My name is Mary Wittelsberger, and I am the 3 Honors Spanish teacher this year. And I am just very excited that this year is off to a great start. And I just wanted to say first, I'm so sorry that I can't be there tonight. I'm actually setting up for my wedding, which is happening on Saturday. So hopefully you all understand that a little bit. It can be pretty crazy. But before I get into the syllabus, I just wanted to say a little bit about myself so that you guys can kind of get to know me. So I went to Georgetown University and I majored in Spanish. And after I graduated, I worked for 2.5 years at Under Armour Corporate in Baltimore. And I figured out pretty quickly that that was not the place or passion or trajectory that I wanted to be on, place I wanted to be. Just because I had always studied Spanish, I was always, into studying other cultures. So shortly into my first position at Under Armour, I applied to the Peace Corps. And I got in, and I actually left after 2.5 years at Under Armour to go to El Salvador in the Peace Corps. So in Peace Corps, I solidified my Spanish, my love of other cultures, getting to know other people, fostering relationships, and working together. And so with that, I came back from Peace Corps after 2 years and started teaching Spanish at a school in Baltimore, which I really enjoyed. But with life changes, my fiance got a job in this area, so I started looking, and it turns out that BCC was actually the perfect place for me. I'm absolutely loving my first year so far, and I'm really enjoying the time with the kids. They are wonderful. So I guess I'll go ahead and start with the syllabus now. But in the course description, you can see that the students will have had to successfully complete levels 1 and 2 in Spanish, and it offers a more challenging approach to the 4 language skills. It provides opportunities and different ways for the kids to improve those skills, such as short literary text, authentic materials, media, on generally familiar topics. And the students will satisfy communication and social interaction demands and initiate and maintain face-to-face communication. They will identify main ideas and significant details in discussions, presentations, and written text within a cultural context. They will read and interpret authentic materials, to narrate and describe in sentences, groups of related sentences, and short cohesive passages in present, past, and future time. They'll compose messages, announcements, personal notes, advertisements. They will compare their own culture to other cultures that speak Spanish. They will learn about new cultures. I really want to, with all this, foster this community of learners, and I'm going to get back to that in a second after I talk about the objectives. The objectives are to emphasize the use of Spanish for active communication, comprehend formal and informal spoken Spanish, and to acquire vocabulary and grasp new structures, compose short essays to express ideas, and to express ideas orally, improving command of the language. Now, with the community of learners thing, that all ties into the fact that there is so much information for them to learn. And one part of that is that attendance is super important. If they are not here, they should be looking at Google Classroom, emailing me to find out if they've missed anything, really taking accountability and responsibility for catching themselves up so that when they come back, again, they're right in the flow of things with everybody else on the same pacing. But with that, in terms of going back to that term, community of learners, I really want the students to feel like they are each an integral part of this class. And because of that, I have this sort of bad day policy where, as human beings, we go through ups and downs all the time, right? And so depending on those days and the pressures that these kids feel, and they're thinking about their future, right? They're getting pressure to do well at home, and they're giving themselves internal pressure too. So with that, I've told them that if they're going through anything, or they need some space in class, or they need to extend a deadline, they can just email me or come see me in person, and I'm happy to work through that on a case-by-case basis, because we're not going to be on all the time, especially these kids. I mean, they're children, right? So they are learning how to cognitively get better and, become well-functioning adults. So just, reinforce that at home, that they can communicate with me about anything. They certainly don't have to tell me what's going on. I will just say, I understand. I'll back off. I won't call on you in class today a lot, or you can take a walk around the school, whatever they need to do. And then back to the syllabus, they are expected to use Spanish. These first few weeks, we're getting right back into Spanish, so I understand if English is talked, or if it's spoken, sorry. And that's fine, but our goal is to improve and to get better in Spanish. Homework, when assigned, will be due the following day. It will be posted on the board and in Google Classroom. If they're absent, again, they have to check Google Classroom, email me. Assignments must be completed to get credit. If there's some effort there, they get that 50. If there's no effort whatsoever, it's a 0. Let's see, late homework will receive a 10% deduction of the grade every day that it's missed. So that due date and deadline, they're two different things. We have the due date, where that's the date that I've given, that they need to turn the homework in or the assignment. The deadline is a couple days to a week later, where they can turn that in. But again, they need to get that stuff in on time. Quizzes and tests will be announced. Anything covered on the test or in class may be on the test. And they will have, those 4 different skills, speaking, writing, listening, and reading periodically. They will be assessed. And then the last thing on the syllabus that you can see within Google Classroom, if your student invites you to see that as a viewer, you can see all of our units here. But anyways, I don't want to keep you all too long. I know that, you want to try to get through this night. But I just want to say that I'm super excited to be at this school. And again, I apologize for not being there tonight. Hopefully this has kind of made it better than me just being a no-show, right? But please reach out to me if you have any questions. My email is on that syllabus, and I believe it's posted on the board right now. So anyways, all I want to say is I'm excited to foster that relationship with you all and with the students in the classroom. And good luck tonight.